Thank you everybody for being here. My name is Hector Andujo. I am the president for the National Border Patrol Council here in Tucson, Arizona. We are pleased to endorse Congressman Juan Ciscomani to his re-election campaign for Arizona's 6th district. As you guys know, Tucson sector is the largest sector and the busiest sector in the Border Patrol. We have about 3,500 agents that patrol about 262 miles of the border with Mexico. Our National Vice President, Arthur Cueto, will speak on Mr. Ciscomani's relationship we've had for many years.
Many years.
Keep it clean.
Yeah, keep it clean. First and foremost, thank you everyone for being out here. We really appreciate it. Obviously, we have several agents from the Border Patrol here that are representatives within the union. So we just wanted to show our support and let everyone know, look, hey, this is a no-brainer, to be honest, and it is insane because I get asked a lot of times about some of the endorsements that the National Border Patrol Council does. Many of them, we go through a strict vetting process. We see, what is the benefit, obviously, for the agents first and foremost, and our community and our country as a whole. So what makes today different is Congressman Ciscomani, he hits every single one of those targets and then some. And by that I mean, look, he is a junior congressman. He was able to get bills passed and pushed for border security that were extremely important. At the same time, he has been not just a congressman in this district, not just a congressman in Arizona, but he has been a strong friend, a very strong friend to the agents. He's done many, many things. And he is one individual that we endorsed him last time. And what makes it different is usually we endorse individuals and sometimes you won't hear from them until next election cycle. But I can honestly tell you that Congressman Ciscomani, I get a phone call from him at least every 2 weeks, to be honest. And he just calls to find out how agents are doing, find out what needs to be done. He's gone above and beyond. So it is a great pleasure for the National Border Patrol Council, not just to endorse Juan Ciscomani, but it's a great pleasure for myself to be able to say that we are endorsing somebody that I consider a friend, first and foremost. So we're very happy to announce this endorsement, and we will continue to work with him, obviously in the future, and get out there and vote. That's what it comes down to. You guys need to go out there, don't take anything for granted, and realize and just look at his record. Let the record speak for itself. He has accomplished more as a junior congressman than many other congressmen have accomplished with a long career in Congress. And that is huge. It should be huge for everyone in Arizona, and it definitely should be huge for the future of our country. So thank you very much for everything you've done.
Thanks, Art. I appreciate it. Hector, thank you so much. Thank you both. Thank you, Art. Thank you, Hector, for the endorsement. Thank you to all the agents that are here as well. Thank you for your work every single day that you put on the uniform and you go out there and with the clear mission of protecting our nation, right? Patrolling our border and doing your job. And unfortunately, the last 4 years has been trying to do your job. Because as I keep hearing every time I talk to Art and talk to the agents, is that it's just hard with the lack of support that we've seen from this administration and the hands that are tied many times for our agents. Nevertheless, you keep showing up, you keep doing your job, and I'm proud to be here with my family as well, because this is a family affair, and I know that some of you all also brought your families here with you, all your kids, your spouses. Why? Because it's important. This is why I do what I do. I know that when I talk to the agents here, and average time with Border Patrol has to be up in the high teens, 20, 25 years, and so and that's because they've dedicated their lives to this. Many of them veterans as well. So this is a group of people that when they give you their vote of confidence, it means the world to me, because you just need to spend about 2 minutes with any of them, and you know that if they're not happy, they'll let you know. That they don't. You never have to wonder what's on their mind. Especially my pal over here, Art. He'll let me know. But to have their support and the words that they just said about the work that we've been able to do means a lot, because we were elected to Congress to do things, to actually fix problems, not to just talk about them, not to benefit politically out of crises out there. We want to solve this issue, and that's why when I came in, I immediately met with our border agents and said, well, what are some of the things that we can do now to do this. Number one thing I heard is let us do our job. If we could just implement the actual laws that are in the books right now, and we can be free to do our jobs, a lot will change immediately. However, there are some bills that we can get through, and those are the ones that we've been working together on, that the National Border Patrol Council has endorsed, and these are the people that I call, and Art is right. When I call for different reasons. First of all, we're friends, and I always want to see how his family's doing, and our kids actually went to the same school for quite a while. That's where we met, actually, as just parents on campus. But I've learned to respect his work, obviously, and Hector and the rest of the force as well. But it's about checking in, obviously, with our families, but also what is it that we can do? Take me to the border. And we've gone to these remote points, no cameras, there was nothing, there was none of this attention was there. It was just Art, me, and that's it. Just go out there where nobody else was going, because I wanted to see what was going on there. Because every time I come home, I always say that it keeps me informed, it keeps me connected, it also keeps me married, coming back home. But these are the things that are important to family again. But I just keep getting smarter as I talk to more people that are on the front lines on this issue. And then comes the policy. A lot of people in Washington talk about this. They think they know the border, and a popular saying has become every state has become a border state. In a lot of ways it has. But when you really come down to it, it's the Tucson sector, it's Arizona that sees a lot of this traffic. And quite frankly, a lot of the national attention has gone to other states. And Art and I talk often about this and say, hey, the numbers are clear. The Tucson sector is where the action is happening, where we're at our highest threat. And sometimes that is overlooked, but I've been on the floor, on the House floor, and talked about the specific impacts of the Tucson sector, because it's important to highlight those. And it's important to highlight the sacrifice and the work that everybody else here in this force does as well. So the numbers are there. We know the data, we know the numbers, we know the trend that it's continued to go in the wrong direction. We know what the Biden administration has done or not done in this issue, and we also know the solution for it. And it's not complicated. We have very specific measures that have worked in the past. We don't have to wonder if they work. We know that they work. And that's what we have to be focusing on, and go back to that. So with our win in the re-election, we're gonna have a new Congress, a different Congress, and hopefully a change in the White House as well, in the Senate. I'm pretty confident of that. And that's gonna help tremendously to address the border crisis in the way that it needs to be. And let me tell you, through the ebbs and flows, the ups and downs of the political cycle, one thing remains and one thing is constant, and one's the common denominator, that the people here behind me and next to me are showing up to work every single day. They don't get to choose if it's a politically beneficial time to serve or not. They don't get to choose if they have the support or not from the people in Washington. What they do is they put on the uniform and complete the mission that they signed up for, and go on and do it over and over again. And unfortunately, the morale among our agents is at its lowest point. That's what I keep hearing from them and from their families. I have spouses sometimes come to me at events or school functions and say, we're hurting. One thing that we have to address, and we've addressed part of this, but more has to be done, is on overtime pay. These are the kind of things that are important to their families as well. Because every time they show up, they put everything on the line, but their families are serving right along with them. That's why I brought my family, for my family to say thank you to them for what they do for us. So that's why I'm so passionate about this. It's personal to me. You know my background. I'm an immigrant. Immigrated to the US when I was 11 years old. Went through the process of becoming a citizen, became a citizen along with my family in 2006, and then became a member of Congress in 2022, 16 years later. No other country in the world would give you that opportunity. We are the land of opportunity. The American dream is alive. But what we've seen at the border is a slap in the face to that American dream. It's not valuing the sacrifice of so many that came before us to pursue and fight and value that American dream. And at the same time, as I said, I come here when I'm 11, I have kids, six kids, 3 boys and 3 girls. When I see the humanitarian crisis going on at the border, I know it breaks their heart as well. Why? Because they all have families. And they see their kids reflected in those kids that are being trafficked, and those women that are being trafficked as well at the border. This is a national security and the humanitarian crisis this administration has created. So we have to fight this in every angle possible. One of the things that I learned the most when I hang out with the group here is how, seems like just sometimes national media forgets it, they're humans. and they're hurting when they see that what's happening at the border. You can't see what they see every single day and not be impacted by it. So, thank you for your sacrifice, thank you for your work, thank you for showing up every day, and thanks for your friendship and your support as well, guys, really appreciate it.